Both begin the journey.
Every move begins with a choice.
Welcome to Chess with Nipuna.
Not every pawn dreams of a queen. Some choose a quieter crown pawn and change history.
In this position, Black has no viable option other than delivering continuous checks after White promotes the pawn and places the rook on b6 in order to prevent its advancement. The White king cannot remain on the c-file. If it does, Black's rook will swiftly descend to the first rank to continue checking. Even if the White king escapes the c-file, Black can reposition the rook to c1, sealing the file and preventing any further pawn promotion. Thus, without precise maneuvering, White's progress is halted, and the position remains drawn. The White king advances to d5, prompting a check from the Black rook on b5. The king then steps down to d4, and the rook follows with a check from b4. Continuing the descent, the king moves to d3, and the rook delivers another check from b3. At this point, instead of retreating to d2, the White king shifts to c2. Now, observe carefully, the c1 square is sealed off from the Black rook's access. With no further checks or interference possible, Black is powerless to prevent the pawn's promotion to a queen. Black identifies a brilliant defensive resource, rook to b4. If White proceeds with pawn promotion on c8, claiming a queen, Black responds with rook to c4, delivering a check. The newly promoted queen is compelled to capture the rook, resulting in an immediate stalemate, as Black has no legal moves remaining. Alternatively, if White attempts to avoid the stalemate by moving the king to c3, Black's rook retreats to b1, maintaining control over the c1 square. This sequence leads to continuous repetition, and the game concludes as a draw.
Until 1895, the world believed this was a draw. But one Spanish priest saw what the world missed. In Glasgow, Scotland, and the Reverend Fernando Saavedra found the Underpromotion.
A rook, not a queen, no stalemate, a mating threat. Could this be victory?
Recognizing that promoting the c8 pawn to a queen would result in a draw, White opts for an underpromotion to a rook. This strategic choice places Black at a significant disadvantage in two key aspects. 1. Stalemate is no longer possible. Black cannot sacrifice the rook on c4, as the resulting position does not lead to a stalemate. 2. Immediate checkmate threat. White's rook can now move to a8, delivering a decisive checkmate. Thus, the underpromotion transforms the position from a potential draw into a winning endgame for White. In an attempt to delay the inevitable checkmate, Black plays rook to a4. White responds with king to b3, creating a powerful double threat. 1. Direct attack on the Black rook stationed at a4. 2. Immediate mating threat with rook to c1. Faced with these simultaneous threats, Black has no effective defense. A concession must be made, either the rook is lost, or checkmate follows.
A lesson for every learner. Sometimes, the quiet choice wins the loudest victory.
Hope you enjoyed the lesson. See you in the next lesson of Chess with Nipuna.